fresh off of her win at the Saskatchewan Music Awards. Hello, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Sharon. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Like last time we spoke, I was beaming for the rest of the day. I love your energy, and this is always a joy to get to connect.
Oh, thank you. Well, likewise to you, Megan. Your album here. Oh, upside. There we go. Your album here. Love It was nominated for 3 awards: Alternative Artist of the Year, Rock Pop Artist of the Year, and Music Video of the Year for Chew Quietly, Clean Slate. And you're a winner. What did you win?
I took home Alternative Artist of the Year. And it's such an honor. Alternative artist. What I like about that title too is I feel like it kind of could go many different ways with regards to genre, like as a songwriter, like at the end of the day, like I'm a singer-songwriter through and through, and each song I want to produce with thinking about like what that song needs, so some songs on the album are definitely more like indie rock, definitely more of that alternative, and then some are like straight up alt country, some really have like a country vibe to it. Are We Still in Love is that's pretty straightforward country, and like it's about rural Saskatchewan. Um, but then song Too Quietly Clean Slate, yeah, there's like screaming saxophones, and it kind of is jarring at times, and that's what I wanted for that song, because that song's about like, it's about being really nervous to date somebody and then also very hopeful. So yeah, the term alternative, I think, just I like it because it's kind of this like umbrella term for like whatever you need the songs to be. So I'm really honored, and the Saskatchewan Music Awards, it feels very much like the music scene, like the Saskatchewan music community that I've been a part of for a long time, that I love and hold dear, is saying like, yeah, we see you, keep going, keep up the good work. Like, yeah, it really means a lot.
We see you, we hear you, we like it, keep going. Yeah. And you are going. March, you've got a show in Moose Jaw, which is really exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about this show?
Yeah, March 19th, at the May Wilson Theater. I love playing the May Wilson Theater. It's just so, I love sound checking in the May Wilson Theater, it's just such a great venue. And I just feel like in Moose Jaw, like it's just such a gem. Like, I think it's one of the best venues, not just in like the province, but like in Western Canada, Like, it's just such a great venue. I played there last in the fall of 2019 with a band from Germany, and we had so much fun at that show. I remember, like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this in March, but like I remember like running around the audience, like
Oh,
actually, like, Mavis is kind of big, and I remember after that I thought, okay, well, I should maybe like just up my cardio a little bit, so I have like because I was pretty tired. But yeah, running around the audience because I wanted to thank the sound tech, and so I physically got out there, ran around. Um, so it's such a beautiful venue with all like this history, and like it's very I don't know, like prim and proper in a way, but we also like whenever I'm playing there, it's like, oh right, we're gonna get goofy too, like it's and there's like that contrast there. Yeah, I don't know, I love it. I love May Wilson Theater. So yeah, March 19th, please call the box office and get tickets. And yeah, we haven't announced the opener yet, so that's still a secret. So please follow me on socials to watch for that, because you're not going to want to miss this opener.
so you have an opener, you know who they are, and you're going to keep that under your
Yep.
hat.
Yep.
Do you know when you'll let us all know? Or is this going to be a secret right up until the day?
No, it won't be a secret up to the day, but I'm gonna call them later this week, and we'll iron out a plan. I was gonna do it in December, and then with the holidays and everything, So, but it's all I can say is they are from Saskatchewan, and they're an artist that you're not gonna want to miss.
Love it.
And
Mhm.
here's they also took the Saskatchewan Music Award. Okay, I've said too much.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, gotta use your brain on this one here. Well, Megan, what's in store for you by the end of the year, let's say? What do you got in the works right now?
it's this might sound strange to hear because I just put out an album, like just put out an album, but I've already been thinking about like, okay, what's next? What projects do I want to work on next? Touring, honestly, Sharon, touring is still so much in the air. Like the music industry is still so much on like this weird standby, this like stop, start, stop, start. So I was thinking, well, if I can't really plan out a lot of tours, and I used to do a lot of touring. I used to do like 100 shows a year at least. Like it was such a huge part of my life. A lot of international touring too. Um, but I thought, well, I can kind of control the creative stuff more. So I'm mapping out like what my year's gonna look like creatively, and try to get writing more songs again, and like think about the next record already. Like, um, yeah, because that's at the end of the day. Like I love playing shows. I love running around the audience to Wilson Theater. Like I love touring. But at the core of it, like what keeps me going and what keeps like my whole career, what it is like songwriting. Like that's what I love. That's what I have to do. And so I thought like I'm gonna just plan out a year for songwriting and see what can happen. And something I've been doing a lot of too during the pandemic is a lot of songwriting over the internet.
Mhm.
Um, Not only with other songwriters, but like I've been doing some songwriting facilitation work with schools, so that's been really fun. And like just kind of gives me new challenges. Like yeah, it's that's been super fun. So more songwriting. Sorry, I took a long time to say songwriting.
I love it. Well, and I was going to ask, what aspect of being a singer, songwriter, performer do you enjoy the most? Now, songwriting, of course, as you're saying now, if you had to pick like the live shows or, recording your songs, being at the recording studio, which one do you enjoy better?
Okay. So I love writing songs when it's in my house and I'm just doing voice memo demo. And then I love playing live. The recording studio is actually I still love it and I respect it, but it's definitely the one where I'm like, okay, this is when I'm going to. It's just hard. It's harder. It's more vulnerable in that stage than it is to the songwriting for me, or sharing these like really personal songs live. When you're in the recording studio, it's just yeah, you're up close with all your abilities. I feel like you know what like, and it can be fun, but it's also just like so much work. And like this last record, Soft Focus Futures, we recorded so much of it through the internet with each other. Like someone would track a guitar part in Saskatoon and then like send me a voice or like a transfer of it so I could hear it. And so it took so much time, the back and forth. So recording is just it's just a bit more challenging in a way that yeah, I'm a bit more vulnerable, I guess, with like my skill set, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense, but
That
I also like I self-produce. I'm a co-producer with my band on this album, so I'm very much like hands-on with that part too. So that one just that if I that one feels like a little bit more like work. Where touring can be really grueling, but my I don't know, my brain's built for touring. It's just like I don't mind the day of like driving for 10 hours and then loading in and then sound checking and then waiting and then playing a show. Like I miss that so much. That grind is just like it's like second nature to me, and I miss it. Um, but yeah, I
well,
also I should say. Oh, sorry.
oh no,
I should
please go.
Okay. I should also say I'm really grateful that my band was like so willing to finish the album like that, because there's no way we would have had it done otherwise. Like everyone lives in different parts of Saskatchewan, and like 2021, there was a time where you couldn't. It was like not advised to go to Regina, and that's where two of my band members live, right? And I didn't want to go against anything like that, just for my album, right? So, um, yeah, the fact that everyone was so willing to like work that way, as much as it did take more time, I'm so grateful that we did take that time, and it made me look at the music a bit differently too, Sharon. I think that extra time that we had to take.
Yeah, I can only imagine that having to be a part like that. You don't have the adrenaline and that creative overlap than when you're in the same room. So you're really having to work for that. And I suppose I can see that the love of performing live, you do get that energy, the adrenaline,
Yeah,
the feedback instantly. So it just charges you for the next show to sit and sit in the vehicle, haul the equipment, but it's all worth it. So we're really, really hoping that we can get you back on the road. At the end of
Yeah.
2020,
Get out
2023.
of here.
Well,
Yeah.
thank
Well,
you so, so much. Oh,
no, I was just gonna say, like, that's the whole part of the touring too, is like meeting people. Like, I love meeting new people. I love, as you know, I love talking. Like, I love I love that part so much. And like, yes, you can get elements of that throughout the internet, but it's just not the same. I miss, like, yeah, just like meeting people on the road. I've met so many wonderful people. I'm honestly like, sometimes I feel like on the internet, folks can be really mean to each other, and it's like, but I've not experienced that in real life so much. I'm like, no, I really believe that we're good. Like,
I do
at
too.
the core, I'm like, we are good. We get frustrated and we get mean, but I like, I think at the end of the day we're good, and I really think that my view of that comes from touring and meeting so many wonderful people over the years. Like that merch table, the May Wilson merch table. That is like that. Like, so many beautiful conversations happen there, and that's what I miss so much. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Megan. And the Saskatchewan Music Awards, they have spoken Alternative Artist of the Year, Megan Nash. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll chat with you anytime.
Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. So appreciate it. And I just want to thank Moose Jaw for the ongoing support. The community's always really had my back, and I really appreciate it.
Well, we love you.
Love you too. Sorry.